All right, any more questions? Allison?
Can you use almond milk? Because now milk, I know should be organic, but almond milk is not organic. Does that fall under nuts or does that fall under milk?
For almond milk, as far as this challenge is concerned, you're just going to want to look at the ingredients and make sure that it's not, doesn't have sugar in it.
That's hard to find.
Yeah.
So we have that one from last year that I've still been using. That's the third. How do you ever pronounce that? Yeah.
Yeah, so the question was, can you use almond milk? So any milk that's not actually dairy, it just has a milk title and it isn't actually dairy, you just want to look at the labels and make sure that it doesn't have added sugar. That's going to be the one thing you're going to want to make sure from the challenge.
Soy milk.
Okay. Yes.
So I have a question about the rice. So you can't eat any rice at all, like wild rice, brown rice?
You can have rice if it's been sprouted, if it's organic and sprouted, and you can find that rice.
Okay.
Okay.
So it'll say that.
So if you're big rice, I don't know if that's something that's at Publix, but I know they have it at Whole Foods. So it is available, or you could probably, if it's at Whole Foods, you can order it online too if you don't want to go all the way out there. Okay? So yeah, and again, that would fall under just once a day. So if you like rice, if that was a staple of your dinner, you'd have to find the best quality rice, the organic and the sprouted, and then you could only have it once a day. It's not a breakfast, lunch, and dinner type of thing.
How much do you have?
I did not specify quantities, because then that's a whole other field that, people take too much liberty on. Tanya.
Avocado, is that a fat or a fruit or a vegetable?
Avocado is a fat. Yep. The way I look at what's a fat, what's a carbohydrate, and what's a protein is what is it a major source of. So avocado has more fat than anything else. Nuts and seeds have more fat than anything else. Okay? Fruits, vegetables, dairy have more carbohydrate than anything else.
That's
Okay?
in terms of balancing your meal, but avocado is in the vegetable, which generally considered in the vegetable family, even though it's fat. So you're not considering it vegetable.
It's commonly considered a fat.
Right, as opposed to a carbohydrate or a protein.
Correct. It is commonly considered a source of fat, not a vegetable. Vegetables are sources of carbohydrate.
Okay, that's the source of the problem.
Yes.
So if avocado's a fat, fruit is a carb?
Correct. If avocado is a fat, fruit is a carb. Because fruit provides a lot more carbohydrate, not so much fat.
So when you look at that balanced meal of carbs, fats, and protein, that's
Yes.
kind of small there. So if you have fruit, your leafy greens, and half an avocado, and some yogurt, that would cover it.
No. You don't have any protein in there.
From the yogurt.
Yogurt is a source of carbohydrate. Has more carbohydrate than it has protein.
Even Greek
Like
yogurt?
Greek yogurt, though, has more protein per cup than like the
I
big
would refer
protein
you to
bars.
look at the guidance. It's on there.
Okay.
Yes.
There's certain macronutrients or these percentages that we're looking at here.
No. Nope. That gets a little too complicated when people are trying to balance. And frankly, a lot of the question was, are there any specific macronutrients we're not looking for? And like I said, no. Because what we found is that's a little too confusing for people. And also the food guides like MyFitnessPal and all that stuff, they're not always accurate. I've looked at enough food records for other people that, when it's telling me an apple has 48 grams of carbohydrate, or 120, I found at one point 120 grams of carbohydrate. That's not accurate. So I don't want it to skew people and think, well, it says it's this, when it may not be. Okay? So as far as that's concerned, dairy, fruit, and starchy vegetables, non-starchy vegetables, beans, grains, that's all carbs. Okay? Your animal products, the only dairy exception is going to be cheese, because they take all of the carbohydrate out of cheese. It's just, it's more of a protein, protein fat-ish kind of thing. But because it provides a lot of protein, that would be the dairy product that you could use for protein. Okay. Aaron.
I think I read somewhere, obviously the 3 meals are the main, balance thing, and I also read you can't snack throughout the day or something.
You can snack throughout the day, but don't get around the rule by just eating snacks all day. You know, that's what that intended. So the question was, are we allowed to snack? Yes, you can have a snack between a meal. Obviously, you still want it to be a challenge-approved foods. But I don't want someone saying, well, I had an apple at 8, and then I had a yogurt at, 10, and then I had a tiny cup of soup at whatever, and then you're never eating a meal, therefore you never have to balance it.
Oh, so only the 3 meals a
The 3
day,
main meals are the ones that have to
balanced
be
and
balanced.
vegetables.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, can I just add something to that
Brian.
then? So if you're one of these people that kind of eats 6 meals a day, the easy way, I was just told Aaron, the easy way to think about that is 3 of those snacks are meals. It has to be. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just make life easy on you.
Tanya.
Back to the blending, you make your own sort of Laura bars. That's blending the dates or in the processor.
Yes, we put that in the challenge under the no sugar. So, because basically, Laura bars, because they're concentrated blended date, are basically candy bars. They're just made with better ingredients. So if we're trying to knock back on the sugar, that's not a good option. So they're not allowed for the challenge.
You still can't do that, right?
Correct. Now you can take a whole date and you can put a nut in it and eat it in the whole form. You just can't blend it into a concentrated, sugary, candy bar-esque substance. You can take a date and put some cheese in it too. You can do dates. They add a little natural sweetness, but you want to eat them in the whole form.
No cheese and wrap with bacon.
See, there you go. All kinds of date recipes you can share on the website. Okay, how are we doing on time? Good. Okay. Any more questions?
Take a break.
The what?
Can we just take another break?